Welcome to our channel, Coin Lovers. In today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating history of the 1971 Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth. This coin isn't just an everyday piece of change, it's a symbol of Australia's national pride, progress, and heritage. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the story behind this remarkable coin that carries over 5 decades of history. Top 3 first up. The 1971 Australian 50-cent coin holds a unique place in the history of Australian currency. It was part of the decimal coinage system that began in 1966, when Australia transitioned from pounds, shillings, and pence to the modern dollar system. By 1971, the 50-cent coin had already undergone a major change in design and composition after the short-lived silver issue of 1966. The 1971 coin was therefore among the early examples of the new copper-nickel version that became a mainstay of Australian currency. The obverse side of the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth, designed by the British sculptor Arnold. This elegant portrait shows the young queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a gift she received before her coronation. This image was widely used across Commonwealth nations during that era and symbolizes stability, loyalty, and continuity under the monarchy. The inscription around the portrait reads, Elizabeth II Australia 1971, clearly identifying both the monarch and the issuing nation. On the reverse side, the coin proudly displays the Australian coat of arms, designed by Stuart Devlin, who is also responsible for many of Australia's most iconic coin designs. The coat of arms includes a kangaroo and an emu, two native animals chosen because neither can move backward easily, representing progress and forward movement. At the center of the design is a shield that contains symbols of Australia's 6 states, topped with the 7-pointed Commonwealth star. The detailed background texture of the reverse gives the coin a distinctive and elegant appearance. The 1971 50-cent coin was struck in copper-nickel 75% copper, 25% nickel, making it durable and resistant to wear. It has a weight of 15.55 grams and a diameter of 31.5 millimeters, making it one of the largest circulating coins in Australian currency. Unlike the 1966 silver 50-cent piece, which was quickly withdrawn because its silver content exceeded its face value, the 1971 version was designed to be economical and practical for everyday transactions. In terms of mintage, millions of 50-cent coins were produced in 1971 by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, ensuring that they were widely circulated across the country. While most coins from that year are common, collectors still value high-grade examples, especially those with sharp details and minimal wear. Uncirculated and proof specimens can fetch higher prices depending on their condition and certification. The 1971 issue marks an important stage in the stabilization of Australia's new decimal coinage. By this time, the public had become fully accustomed to using dollars and cents, and the new coin designs had become symbols of national pride. The 50-cent coin, with its large size and bold imagery, represented not only currency, but also the identity and unity of the Australian states under one Commonwealth. Collectors today view the 1971 50-cent coin as a piece of Australian history. Though not rare in regular circulation, its design, craftsmanship, and symbolic meaning make it an attractive addition to any numismatic collection. Proof coins and those with mint errors, such as off-center strikes or double dies, are especially sought after and can command significantly higher value in the coin market. In conclusion, the 1971 Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth is more than just currency. It's a historical artifact from a formative time in Australia's monetary evolution. Its enduring design, connection to national identity, and association with the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign make it a timeless collectible. Every coin from this year tells a story of progress, unity, and pride, key elements that continue to define Australia's rich numismatic heritage. Next up in 2. The 1972 Australian 50-cent coin holds a special place in the history of Australian currency. It represents the early years of decimal coinage in Australia, a period marked by significant changes in the nation's monetary system. This coin, featuring Queen Elizabeth on the obverse, was minted at a time when Australia was adjusting to the decimal system, which had only been introduced in 1966. The 1972 issue is particularly notable because of its relatively low mintage and its historical value among collectors today. The design of the coin is iconic and remains one of the most recognizable in Australian currency. On the obverse front side, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth, designed by Arnold, a British sculptor whose work was also used on coins throughout the Commonwealth during that era. This elegant portrait depicts the young queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a symbol of grace and continuity within the British monarchy. The inscription around the portrait reads Elizabeth, Australia, 1972, emphasizing both the monarch's identity and the nation's pride. Turning to the reverse side, the design showcases the Australian coat of arms, created by Stuart Devlin, who was one of the most talented coin designers of his time. The coat of arms displays a shield representing the 6 states of Australia, supported by the kangaroo and emu, 2 native animals that cannot walk backward, symbolizing progress and forward movement. Above the shield is a 7-pointed Commonwealth star, representing the unity of the states and territories. This design became a national symbol, representing Australia's independence, identity, and heritage. In terms of specifications, the 1972 50-cent coin was made from copper nickel, with a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, and it weighed 15.55 grams. The coin had a shape, a feature that made it instantly distinguishable from the round coins used before. The diameter measured 31.5 millimeters, and its smooth yet distinctive edges made it practical for both recognition and handling. This design replaced the original 1966 round 50-cent coin made of 80% silver, which had been withdrawn due to its high silver value exceeding its face value. The mintage of the 1972 50-cent coin was relatively low, with only 2.5 million coins produced by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. This low mintage makes the 1972 issue one of the scarcer coins in the early series of the 50-cent denomination. Because of this, it is sought after by coin collectors today, especially those seeking to complete a full set of Australian 50-cent coins from the 1970s. In circulated condition, the coin is moderately common, but in uncirculated or proof condition, its value increases significantly due to its rarity and preserved detail. Historically, the early 1970s were a time of change and modernization in Australia. The 1972 50-cent coin reflected this transition, blending traditional royal imagery with Australian national symbols. It was part of a broader effort to strengthen Australia's identity as a modern, independent nation while maintaining its connection to the Commonwealth. The 50-cent coin, being one of the larger denominations in circulation, was used frequently in everyday transactions, from shopping to banking, making it an essential part of daily Australian life. For collectors today, the 1972 50-cent coin represents more than just currency, it's a piece of history. Coins in mint state, MS, or proof condition can fetch anywhere from $10 to $100 AUD, depending on quality, luster, and absence of wear. Those with errors such as or die cracks can be worth much more. Even circulated examples hold sentimental and collectible value because of their limited production and association with early decimal coinage. In conclusion, the 1972 Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth is a timeless piece that captures the essence of Australia's post-decimal identity. From its beautifully detailed design by Arnold and Stuart Devlin to its historical significance as a low-mintage issue, it remains a prized collectible among numismatists. Whether treasured for its artistry, rarity, or nostalgic value, this coin continues to tell the story of Australia's evolving nationhood and its enduring connection to the monarchy. Next up, the 1973 Australian 50-cent coin holds a special place in the history of Australian decimal currency. Introduced just a few years after the country adopted the decimal system in 1966, the 1973 issue reflects a period of transition, modernization, and national identity under the reign of Queen Elizabeth. While not considered a rare or precious coin in terms of metal content, its story connects deeply with Australia's evolving coinage design, economy, and royal legacy. When Australia its currency in 1966, the 50-cent coin was first minted in 80% silver, featuring the Commonwealth coat of arms. However, due to the rising value of silver, it quickly became more expensive to produce than its face value. By 1969, the Royal Australian Mint changed the composition of the coin entirely, shifting to a copper-nickel alloy and introducing the now iconic shape. The 1973 issue continues this design, representing the early years of this new format that has since become a hallmark of Australian currency. The obverse of the 1973 50-cent coin displays the portrait of Queen Elizabeth, designed by Arnold, a British sculptor known for creating elegant and youthful depictions of the Queen. This portrait was used on Australian coins from 1966 until 1984. It shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a signature image that symbolizes her grace and authority. The inscription around the edge reads Elizabeth II Australia 1973, highlighting both the monarch and the nation she represented as head of the Commonwealth. The reverse side of the coin continues the design of the Australian coat of arms, created by Stuart Devlin, the royal goldsmith who designed many of Australia's decimal coins. The coat of arms features a shield divided into 6 sections, each representing one of Australia's 6 states. Supporting the shield are the iconic kangaroo and emu, 2 native animals chosen for their symbolic meaning. They never move backward, representing progress and forward motion. Above the shield sits the 7-pointed Commonwealth star, and the entire design reflects unity, national identity, and the diversity of the Australian states. In terms of mintage, the 1973 50-cent coin was produced in large quantities by the Royal Australian Mint, with millions entering general circulation. While the coin is not particularly rare today, collectors value it for its place in the early series of the design and for its clean, balanced aesthetic. Circulated examples are common, but uncirculated or proof-condition coins hold more value, especially those preserved with minimal wear or found in mint sets. The physical specifications of the coin remain consistent with other copper-nickel 50-cent pieces of the era. A weight of 15.55 grams, a diameter of 31.51 and a thickness of approximately 2. Its distinctive shape makes it instantly recognizable by touch and sight, reducing confusion with other denominations. The edge is plain, unlike the reeded edges seen on coins like the 20 or 10-cent pieces. Culturally, the 1973 50-cent coin represents a time when Australia was solidifying its identity as a modern, independent nation within the Commonwealth. The continued use of Queen Elizabeth II's image symbolizes the enduring connection between Australia and the British monarchy, while the coat of arms showcases Australian pride and unity. Many Australians from that era recall these coins as part of daily life, used in shops, vending machines, and payphones, making them a nostalgic reminder of 1970s Australia. Today, the 1973 Australian 50-cent coin is a collectible piece of numismatic history. Although it does not contain silver and its face value remains the same, its historical context, elegant design, and connection to early decimal currency make it meaningful to coin enthusiasts and historians alike. In pristine condition, especially within official mint packaging, it can fetch higher prices among collectors seeking to complete full-year sets of Australian coinage from the Queen Elizabeth era. Sparkles, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the 1973 Australian 50-cent coin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating coin histories and hidden treasures from around the world.